What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna try on some of the new makeup that I picked up during the Sephora savings event. I did post that video the other day showing you everything that I got, just a classic haul video, and today we're gonna try on those products. So if you missed that video, I will link it down below. It just kind of gives you a sneak peek of what's to come in the future on my channel. But yeah, we're gonna try on all the products that I picked up. Well, as many as I can. I got quite a bit and I don't think I can fit it all on my face in one fell swoop, but we're gonna put on as much of it as I absolutely can. And this is going to be more of a first impressions video. This will not be my final thoughts. I will continue to test all of these products and come back to you in the future with some speed reviews, tell you what I think of them, how I've been using them, how they work, what's good, what's not, what to skip on, all that jazz. But let's go ahead and jump into this. So I'm not going to zoom y'all in any closer than this. I want y'all to be able to see, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I don't have any moisturizer on my face right now. I do have on my eye cream and my serum, but that's as far as I went because I wanted to try this moisturizer that I picked up from In Beauty Project. This is the Extreme Cream Firming and Lifting Moisturizer. So this is supposed to give you like a lifting effect and kind of tighten everything, hydrate the skin, all of that. I probably should have primed the pump before I did this, but here we are. Well, did I get a dud? It would figure that I did. My finger is starting to hurt. Y'all, it is literally not working. This is literally not working. And okay, so I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can fish some of this out with. Y'all know why it's not working? There is no pump in here. What? Y'all. I can't tell if the pump is like stuck down in there. It figures. I have to go to Sephora anyway. I have to exchange my concealer that I got. Okay, I'm just going to throw on my regular moisturizer real quick, and when I go to Sephora, I'm going to exchange this, see if they have one in store because it's sold out online. I went to look up all these, have everything prepared so I could give you a run over, and this is sold out online, so alright y'all, so I did go ahead and throw on my moisturizer. I also went ahead and threw on my SPF as well since I don't have anything else to try on underneath. We're starting out real good, real smooth. Of course we are. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into primer. So let's get into this. Actually, before we do primer, let me put something on my lips. I normally put on like a lip mask during this point while I do the rest of my makeup, but we're going to try on this Gucci lip gloss. The one that stinks, the one that smells really, really bad. But this is supposed to be like a plumping and hydrating lip gloss. So instead of putting on a lip mask, I thought I could put this on, see how it kind of wears, see how it feels on the lips without anything else on underneath it to hinder the effects of the formula. See if it is in fact plumping and see if the god-awful smell that this carries goes away because y'all, this stinks. It smells so bad. Okay, I can still smell it when it's on my lips, but it does go on very nicely. It doesn't feel like super, like it's definitely thick, but it doesn't feel like goopy. I'm not getting the stringy thing. It doesn't feel heavy on my lips. It is on the thicker side, and it's got a nice pigmentation to it. It's not over the top. It's not super opaque. But we're going to let this sit, see how it feels. So far, I don't feel anything on my lips, but as I do my makeup and we progress, we're going to see what it does, see if the smell goes away, see if it plumps my lips, all that jazz. But let's carry on. Let's go over to primer. So I did pick up the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This is a hydrating primer. Let me tell you a little bit about this. So this primer, hello, I was prepared and then I got thrown off. Okay, so this is a primer that smooths skin for even makeup application and visibly plumps the skin to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It's hydrating, best for dry, combo, normal skin, plumping, good for dryness, non-comedogenic. Yeah, okay, so let's try this out. I have never tried a Laura Mercier primer before, so I'm curious, but that's what it looks like. We're gonna start out with just a little bit. It does have a very nice, like, watery gel consistency. I can still smell the gloss. It's faint and I can't smell it unless I put like my lips up to my nose, but I can smell it. But this feels nice. This feels very cooling, very smoothing. I don't know about the plumping effect, but it feels good. Okay, let's carry on. I will test this with other foundations to see how it wears. Foundations that I know and love, that I know are very long wearing on my skin. I'm gonna test this with some of those to see if this extends the wear, if it breaks down the wear, all of that jazz, but I will keep testing that out. But we're gonna move on to foundation. I have the new Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation and I'm excited about this. I've heard really good things about it from oily skin people. I have normal skin that's just, it's got a mind of its own right now. But if you're new here, I am 38 years old. I do have normal skin that sometimes leans a little dry or oily. Not quite combination because it's very inconsistent. It's changing as I get older. I also live in a very, very hot and humid climate. I'm down here in Houston, Texas, and I usually prefer a more natural finish to my foundation. Nothing too matte, nothing too shiny, just something kind of middle of the road. And I usually go for a more light to medium coverage foundation as well. But we're gonna try this bad boy out. So I did pick up shade number 1, which is Fair Cool, and this is really cool. This is supposed to be like an all-in-one. It's supposed to be self-setting. It's supposed to help control oils. It's supposed to be waterproof. It's got a matte finish. It's good for redness, acne, blemishes, medium coverage. We're gonna try it out. I have a brand new sponge right here, never been used, so, oh, that's right, it just pulls off. I wanna twist it off for some reason. But we're gonna go ahead and put some of this on the sponge and put this on my face. I do wanna do a wear test with this foundation in the future with all of my like holy grail products, my tried and trues, the ones that I know work out really well for me. So this is just a first impression, but I will do a wear test in the future. But so far that's looking pretty good. Y'all, look at my lips. They look plump. Do they not look plump? They look plump to me. And I don't really feel much. I feel like a very slight tingle. Nothing painful, nothing uncomfortable. It's like a very, very faint, like, hi, I'm here, don't forget about me. All right, so this is what the complexion is looking like. It's definitely a medium coverage. This is probably a touch bit too light for me, but I know if I go darker, it's gonna be too dark. But once I get everything else on, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, this looks good on my skin actually. It's not accentuating any dryness except right here on my nose where I have a little bit of peeling from using my actives in my skincare. But other than that, it's not settling funny. It's not doing anything funny. I am going to powder it today just because I have new powders to try. But I do want to do a wear test with this foundation like I said. And in that one, I don't want to set it. I just want to let it do its thing because supposedly you don't need to set it. But let's go ahead and move on to concealer. So unfortunately, I don't have a new concealer to try. I did pick up the new Say concealer. What's it called? The Say, let's see, I have everything sitting right here. The Say Slip Tint Radiant All Over Concealer with niacinamide, but I got the wrong shade. It's way too dark for me. So I'm just gonna go in with my tried and true, my Gucci and my Natasha Denona. It's excessive, it's over the top, I know, but it's like my favorite combination for under my eyes. So this is what we're gonna go in with. All right, concealer is blended out, complexion's looking good. We're gonna set this face. I have two new powders that I picked up. So I did get the Pat McGrath Labs, what is this? The Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the new shade Baby Pink. And if you saw in my haul video, this is a very subtle pink. So what I like about this is it's not overly pink, so it's not going to leave like a pink cast under my eyes, but it's also not a stark white either. It's probably actually going to be perfect for my cool tone skin. But we're going to try this underneath my eyes, and then I have another powder for all over my face as well. So let me grab a little brush for this. I'm just going to go in with this one from Sigma. This is from the Kristen Dominique collection. This is the Brighten and Bake. So I'm just going to kind of go into here. Ooh, she is powdery. There's a lot of kick up. So just be aware of that. That looks beautiful. Y'all, that is a beautiful powder. I don't know if it did a whole lot of brightening or anything, but it did just set my under eyes and they look flawless. They look absolutely beautiful. I am so impressed with the way that they look. Like, they just look absolutely beautiful and flawless. I love this. And what I like about this is it's almost the same effect that my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder gives me, but without like the coverage. This is just a beautiful blurring effect. So that's what I really like about it. That is gorgeous. All right, this is looking beautiful. I like the way my under eyes look. Let's move on to the rest of the face. So I did pick up the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder. So this is actually supposed to be a mattifying powder, which means I knew that, but this is going to be a lot of mattifying on my face. So it says it is long-wearing, cruelty-free, good for pores. It's a talc-free sheer pressed powder, clinically shown to instantly reduce shine for an airbrushed finish that lasts all day. It has a light coverage matte finish pressed powder. So I did pick up the shade Translucent. So this is what it looks like. Oops, it comes with this cute little velour sponge, but I'm going to use this to set my face. I am still feeling a little sticky. I don't know how long this is supposed to take to set, but it does still feel sticky on my face, and it's been on for a few minutes. So I am just going to grab a good fluffy brush. Where is a good fluffy brush? Hello. We're gonna grab this one from Blinged Brushes. This is a little bit bigger than I normally use, but I didn't want to use a dirty one. So I'm just gonna dig this in here, and we're gonna see what this does. Now, normally I would skip out on a mattifying powder, but I just love Hourglass powders so much. Their loose powder is one of my absolute favorites ever. I love their ambient lighting powders. They're just absolutely beautiful on the skin, and this sounded really nice. Like, even if it's not going to work for my skin to set, I thought maybe it was something I could kind of throw in my handbag when I'm out on the go, just in case like I do get a little bit of oil seeping through or anything like that. But I was interested because I do love Hourglass. All right, that looks really nice. It did give me like a good blurring effect on my skin. I am looking very, very matte though, like very matte. I look a little on the dry side. So maybe in the future a little bit more hydration under all this. I don't know how much more hydration I can add, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks very matte is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on. We're going to do bronzer. So I did get several bronzers, but we're going to go with a new bronzer. So I did pick up the Sephora bronzer. This is a matte bronzer, and I got shade number 00 Sun Kissed Haze. This is a matte bronzer. Y'all, everything is matte. That's okay. We'll make everything mesh together, but this is a matte bronzer. So I'm going to go in with a Bling Brushes F43 brush, pick this up, put some color back into the skin because I am feeling very washed out. The smell is gone. I'm smelling my lips and I don't smell the lip gloss, and they do look plump. Okay, okay. We may have a winner. We may have a winner, but let's put some color back in. Okay, so this is pigmented, but it's not overly pigmented. It does seem buildable. I like the shade. All right, looking good. I've got some color back into my face. That bronzer does look very pretty. It is very matte. So yeah, if you're an oily girl, I think so far these products are working really well, but they're also working nicely for my normal skin as well. Oh, I got hair everywhere, y'all. This is mass chaos. Mass chaos right here. But I do like the way that this bronzer is looking on my skin. I like the tone of it. I like that it's buildable. It does have a very slight smell to it. I don't know what that smell is though. It's not a bad smell. It's nothing can be as bad as the Gucci lip gloss, but it does have a slight smell to it, but nothing bad. I couldn't smell it when I was putting on it. I don't smell it right here. I just happen to smell every single product that I come across because I'm always curious. So let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to cheeks. So I did pick up a few different blushes and I did get the one from Give, but I think what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try the new little Nars bronzer, or we're gonna try the new little Nars Orgasm Edge blush right here. I think this is cute, and we'll try this one in another video, but let's see what this looks like on the skin. So I'm going to pick this up with a brush of some sort. We're going to go in with another blinged brush. This is an F23 brush. I want to see what this color looks like, what the formula is like. Is she pigmented? That is a very soft blush. Let's see if I can build it up a little bit more. Okay, it's definitely buildable, but it's just a very soft blush. This one is very, very close to the original Orgasm color, but it doesn't have the shimmer in it, which I can totally appreciate. And they only released 2 of the shades in minis, so it was Orgasm Edge and then the original Orgasm as well. But I really just wanted to try out the formula, see what their reformulation was like, because these are now talc free. They have cute new packaging, more streamlined, a little more storage friendly, I guess. But if I like the formula, I can always pick up more shades later. But that is a really pretty color. All right, I like this blush. I think it's pretty. It's definitely more on the it's not a super pigmented blush. I can't think of the word, but it is buildable. It's definitely buildable. The more I put on, the more pigment I'm getting. I'm not having any issues with the pigmentation, with patching, any of that jazz. There was not a lot of kick up in the pan, and yeah, so far so good. Let's move on to highlight. I have quite a bit of highlighters here that I picked up, but we're gonna, yeah, quite a bit of them. I went a little overboard with the highlighters, but let's go ahead and start with this one from Fenty Beauty. This is the Light Diffusing Highlighter, the Demi Glow. I got the shade Too Much, and this is supposed to be, from what I understand, more of like a skin match highlighter that's just supposed to give you like a lit from within glow. But when I swatched this, it was pretty glowy, but it's not nearly as glowy as like her original highlighters, but it does have a good glow to it. So let me find a highlight brush. That is not a highlight brush. We're gonna go with this one and just kind of wipe it off a little bit. I need to clean brushes really bad. Okay, let's see what she looks like on the cheek. I think we're gonna do 2 different highlighters. Oh yeah, that is not a lit from within glow. That's so pretty though. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is not lit from within. This is blinding. This is beaming. Gorgeous though. I love it, but yeah, that is not a lit from within glow, but it is absolutely beautiful on the skin. I can't see it when I look straight ahead. I don't have like that stripe, but yeah, a little bit goes a very long way. It is very easy to get heavy-handed and out of control with this one, but I want to try this one from Sephora as well, the Sephora collection. This is the shade Rose Quartz, and I want to see what this one looks like on the skin. I've kind of been really wanting to try more Sephora products just because they are more affordable, and I kind of consider them to be part of like the drugstore affordable section of makeup. But let's see what this looks like on. Ooh, that's really pretty too. It's not nearly as blinding, but it's also just a little bit more from a lit within. So if you want something that gives a good shine to it, but it's not nearly as beaming as the Fenty one, this is really pretty. I like the way that that looks. Okay, so we've got blinding over here, and we've got just a really pretty highlighty glow over here. Okay, this is beautiful. I really do like this. I love this Sephora highlighter. This looks really pretty on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some MAC Fix Plus on my face. I like to do this. I do use this a lot for my shimmer shades whenever I'm putting them on my inner corner and stuff, but I like to use this if I'm feeling very matte, just to kind of mesh everything together, give me a little bit more life back into my skin. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I just kind of let it sit for just a little bit. I do this before I do my eyes because I don't really feel like this sets my makeup. I feel like this more so refreshes it. So I'm just going to let that sit for just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with a velour poof and kind of press it into my skin. Okay. That looks so much better. I don't feel quite as matte anymore, but I'm liking the way that my complexion is looking. I think everything looks absolutely beautiful on my skin. I'm not having any issues. Everything's meshing together really, really well. So far, so good. We started out a little bit on a rocky note, but we're picking it back up. We're getting there. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes off camera. I didn't purchase, well, I did purchase an eyeshadow palette, but I want to save that for another video and then throw in some of these other products in there with that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes off camera. I don't have any new brows, liners, mascara, anything like that. I will film it as a short, so it will go up eventually. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes real quick, and then I will come back and we will work on finishing this look. All right, y'all, we're back. Eyes are complete. I did go in with the Blend Bunny Machina palette. Like I said, this will be up as a short on my channel very soon, but I will put everything that I used on my eyes down in the description box in case you're curious. But just for a quick little rundown, I pretty much stuck to this entire green column right here and threw in just a tiny bit of the black shade in the outer corner, and then went in with my House Labs Chartreuse liner in my lower waterline, which, let me show y'all something. I love these liners, but I pulled this one out. It's not going to do it now, but it's coming out and it's drying up, and I haven't had this liner a super long time and I love it, but now it's not gonna, there it goes. I had to kind of tap it, but it's coming out and it's drying up, so that's a little disappointing because these they're not inexpensive. They're not like ridiculously expensive, but they're also not like NYX or ColourPop cheap either. So I don't have any issues with my other one. Let me see. We're getting a little off track here, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't have any issues with this one. No, this one I don't have any issues with, but it's just the chartreuse one. So I don't know if I got a bad one or what, but yeah, I figured I would let y'all know just in case you've ever been eyeballing those. But then for my my lid, I lined it with my Give Greener Pastures liner, and then I threw on a little bit of my Blend Bunny mascara to finish off the look. But let's carry on. We're just about done. I want to do the lips. So I've had this Gucci lip gloss sitting on since we started the video, and it's been, I guess, about an hour now, and I definitely see a little bit of plumping. I saw a little bit more when I first put it on, so the plumping doesn't seem to last a really long time, but this is a comfortable formula. It's not overly sticky. It does have a little bit, I did have a little bit of hair stick to it, but the smell is gone. It's very comfortable. It does feel hydrating, but I want to change out the lips. So I'm going to take this off. So I picked up one of the Lawless, what is this? Forget the Filler Definer liners. This is the shade Pink Sand. So I want to use this, and I want to go in with the Merit Signature Lip Matte Lipstick in the shade Classic. I picked up a lot of lip products as well. So we're going to start out with these two today, see how they wear, see how they go on, what the color's like, all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start by lining my lips with the Lawless Forget the Filler liner. Okay, that's going on really nicely. It's creamy, but it's not overly creamy. Okay, so this is what the liner is looking like. And you know, this color reminds me of, let me see if I can find it. I know I have it. Nope, that's Iconic Nude. I'm looking for my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Where are you? It might be in my purse, but I think it reminds me of that. I don't think it's sitting over here, but it kind of reminds me of that shade a little bit. So if it's not like a total match, it's definitely giving off the same vibe. So, and these are a little bit cheaper than Charlotte Tilbury. But let's go ahead and go in with this mirror lipstick. So I did pick up the shade Classic, carrying on our matte theme, which is very heavy today. That's a pretty shade. That went on really nicely. Very creamy, very comfortable on the lips. It doesn't feel very drying. It's definitely a matte, but it's more like a comfort matte. So I'm not mad about it. I like it. I don't know how well this is going to wear. It's not a liquid lipstick. It's not going to dry down or anything like that. I'm sure it will wear off, but I like a good lipstick that still leaves like a wash of the color, so you don't end up with like butthole lips or like this weird faded thing going on. So we'll see how that wears throughout the day, but I'm going to go ahead and set my face really quick. I think for this one we're going to pull out Miss Patrick Ta because this has a good dewy finish to it and we're feeling a little dry, although the MAC Fix Plus did absolutely help. Alright y'all, so this is going to complete our look using a majority of the products that I picked up in the Sephora sale. Obviously I couldn't try them on today, but I feel pretty good about my purchases. We didn't really have any duds. Obviously I didn't get to try out this moisturizer that I picked up, but I will return this along with the Decay concealer and see if I can get one with a pump and a concealer that actually matches my skin, so we can try that out. But yeah, let's kind of go through these real quick, give you my first impressions. So the Laura Mercier primer, this felt very good. It felt very hydrating. It didn't really have a tack to it. I didn't notice any like plumping effect or anything like that, so I kind of want to try this out on its own, put it on, see if I can like feel anything going on. I don't know if it's one that you're supposed to use like over and over to actually get the effects of it, but as far as just hydrating my skin, I like the way this feels. The Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, this is definitely aimed towards more oily skin, but for my normal skin that is a little bit finicky, I've got some dryness going on, this actually looks really nice on my skin. I will say you definitely need to make sure that you are prepping your skin properly if you are not super oily. I don't know how this is going to work for dry skin. I don't have super dry skin, but just based off of the dryness that I have going on around my nose and around my mouth, it did cling a little bit around my nose where I had some peeling, but my mouth, it actually looks really nice. I will do a wear test using this, using products that I know and love without setting it, putting it on with like a brush, a sponge, all that jazz. So that will be coming, but first impression, I like the way this looks on my skin. It looks really pretty. The shade match is just a touch too dark, but I think if I add like a bronzing drop to it, I'll be okay. Let's move on to powders. Yes, powders are the next thing. So the Pat McGrath under eye powder, this is really pretty. I love the way my under eyes are looking. I got up close and personal when I was doing my eye makeup and they look flawless, absolutely gorgeous. I did end up going end up going in with two concealers that I know and I love. So this looks beautiful on top of them. I'm very happy with this. It's not overly pink. It's not a stark white shade either. It just blends in beautifully. I know that there's an array of shades with this powder, but this is definitely worth the hype and it's stunning under the eyes. The Hourglass powder right here, It set my face beautifully. It does look really nice. I didn't feel overly matte, but of course I did go in with my MAC Fix Plus just to kind of mesh everything together and give a little bit of life back to the skin. I do want to try this under the eyes though and see if it has like any kind of sheen to it. It kind of looks like a true matte, but I definitely want to play around with this some more, wear it over some other products that I know and love, and see what it does. The Sephora bronzer, I like it. It's a pretty bronzer. I prefer more of like a natural finish bronzer. I like a matte bronzer, but I'm feeling very, very matte. So it's kind of hard to tell how I really feel about it, but I didn't have any patching. It went on really nicely. It's buildable. It's not super pigmented where you put on a little bit and you're like, ooh, what have I done? So that's really nice. No skipping, no patching, anything like that. I do really enjoy the tone of this. It's a good neutral shade. It's not too orange, too yellow, too gray, anything like that. So I'm enjoying that. The little Nars blush that I picked up, I like the shade Orgasm Edge. I think it's beautiful. This is a little more subtle than what I'm used to as far as a blush goes. I love a good blush moment, but this is very pretty. This goes very well on theme with the Pantone color of the year. It's a very pretty, like, peachy shade with just a little bit of like a pinky undertone to it. Very pretty, complements the line beautifully. I'm excited to keep testing this out, and I did pick up the original Orgasm shade as well, so I'll try that in another video. Highlighters. I have on 2 different highlighters and they're both beautiful in their own way. So the Fenty highlighter, this one, the Demi Glow, this is not for the faint of heart. If you want to glow to outer space, if you want to glow to the gods, send out a signal, this is going to be your girl right here. I don't think that this is less beaming than her other highlighters. I think this is probably one of the glowiest highlighters I have in my collection. This one might be a little bit more glowy than the Rare Beauty. It is glowy, but it's beautiful. It's not chunky, it's not glittery. It doesn't have, well, this shade on my skin does not have like a stripe or anything like that. It does blend into the skin beautifully, and it goes on nicely. It is a really pretty formula, but don't expect subtle glow with this. The Sephora highlighter, this is beautiful. This is definitely a little bit more on the subtle side, but it's more than like a lit from within glow, but it's absolutely beautiful on the cheek. I almost like this more than the Fenty, dare I say. I almost like this one more just because the Fenty is a lot, and I love a beaming highlighter, but I think for just every day, like out running errands, things like that, when I just want a soft glow and I'm not trying to bam in your face, this one's beautiful. I really enjoy that formula as well. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about lips really quick. The Gucci lip gloss, I think she's gonna be a winner so far. The smell did go away. It smells awful upon application. When you pull it out, you can definitely smell it when you're applying it, but it goes away. But it's comfortable on the lips. It is hydrating. It has a little bit of a stick to it. Like, your hair is definitely going to stick to it if it blows in your face. Most glosses do, but it's not one of those where you get the strings between your lips. It's not heavy, it's not uncomfortable, it's not unflattering. It does have a good plumping effect. The plumping effect doesn't last nearly as long as some of the other ones that I have, and it's not painful. So we like that, at least on my lips. I have a pretty good pain tolerance, but when it comes to like heat on my lips, I don't. So I really enjoyed this. I'm excited to keep trying it, using it, see if it still works like over a lip liner, things like that. And then the Lawless Forget the Filler Definer Liner. I like the color. I think it's very pretty. It went on really nicely. It's comfortable. It looks good. I have to keep testing it out to see how it wears. And the same thing with the Merit lipstick. I do really like the shade. I think it's beautiful. It's a very me shade. This is what I feel comfortable in. It is a comfortable matte. It still feels very creamy on my lips. It doesn't feel like it's drying down and sucking the life out of them, but we'll see how it wears. But so far so good. I definitely feel like I got some winners here. Definitely got some winners. I do have more products to try out that I picked up from the sale, but I think that is it for this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in any of these? Did you pick up any of these products? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's light it up, have that conversation. And as usual, I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with me and watching my video. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, most days if not every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.